Hello, people. I can't see. There it is. And I forgot the damn black thing again. So here I go. Open up the back. Show them the people. Oh, they all fell down. Let's see. We have squirrel coming out of volcano. Oh, puppy. And then moose hanging out on the side. On my DOA sweater. And that's Scotty and Aaron. Aaron seems to have a drinking problem right now. So that's what we're going for at the moment.
There's the stool.
There's the stool. So this is the fun part of the show. Hello, Vegas Andrews. Now, how did I do it yesterday?
I gotta interrupt you for a long time. It's coming this way.
Oh my God. Can I pet your dog? Hi, baby. Oh, wow. He's great. It's a he, right?
Yeah, it's a boy.
Okay. Yeah, he's awesome. Thank you. Couldn't pass up the Sammy.
Exactly.
So, okay. Now I've got this going.
Anyway.
Hi, Fluff. Okay, I want to start this out with, I'm not that freaking important. When the heck did all of this start? Just because I said I'm the other protester, I've been getting a lot of response to it. It was my ego getting in the way, because the one thing I hate most in the world is being ignored. Jeez, I knew it was my problem. So it's like, and I've said this a lot, I guess, I'm not that important. I'm just one protester among 200 in the world, I guess, who, you know, tease these guys and say things like, do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you miss that there used to be nobody here talking to you guys and begging you? And that's a Sammy bitching. So I get to stand here and annoy you guys by picking constantly on your volcano? That would be nice. Hi. Oh, yeah, I'm saying hi to my own babe. So I'm sorry, I'm annoying, not. Just here, at least I'm not in the walkway. I'm not messing with any of you on the inside, because I don't. I just talk to the doors. I like talking to doors. And see, the doors are swinging, so they have to be that way. And the barking you hear is a Sammy who wants to be paid attention to. I'll show you. He's a Sammyoid, and he wants his world now. And he's very well taken care of. So, so yes, this is also part of my ego talking right now. Hi, Bob. I upset people. I upset people because they see this basically naive, fluffy person walking around and find out I'm not fluffy. I'm broken. I'm really freaking broken. I've been broken since I was young. I used to upset adults because they thought they were getting barking mad. They thought they were getting Dora, and they got Damien, okay? It was my defense mechanism from being essayed by 5 different people, and 2 people did it for 5 years. Okay, I've been thinking about it for a while, because it's like, yeah, I seem naive and clueless, and I'm not. But it's what I hide behind, because it keeps me from getting hurt. But even, oh, we're sitting on defense. I missed him. Oh, hi. But it's my defense mechanism. I've done it since I was little because it would keep people from hurting me, I thought. And do you know me, adults, when I was little, were very upset about the fact that I was not this fluffy little, kid who was naive and everything else, that I was Damien and I was planning to take over the world just quietly because I was crazy as a child. Just didn't let it show. That's why it's like, it's my trigger is being ignored. So that's why my ego went bonkers and said, I'm being ignored. and put this whole conspiracy in my head about that people must be talking about me and stuff like that. But even even Papa Cat, it's a syndrome to take care of me because I seem so naive. It's a defense mechanism. I'm a cynical little brain fogged person. You know, the brain fog is real. It's invisible, so it's hard to see. So, and according to my last set of tests, my body's falling apart. My doctor's freaking out. But it's mine to act like. Who am I acting like? There was something I just saw recently. I was acting like. Oh God, I act like Ada. Very naive and act very innocent, but know a lot more than you wish. This is a defense mechanism. This is something to hide behind. This is not done on purpose. It is not done to get people to think I'm someone else, because all it does is make people mad, because I'm not someone else. I am me. I am the innocent one with a frickin' flamethrower that'll burn your ass down before I get normal. Sorry. So, I figured not, Fluffer. I figured you were not fluffy either. Do you miss your friends? Do you miss your family? Do you wish you weren't taken in by this cult and made into something that you never wanted to be? Do you want to get out of here and get your credit fixed and get your life fixed, because all they've left is a big pile of you're in pieces on the ground because you don't know what you're doing because you've been brainwashed? Well, you know what? You can put that brain back in the washer and get rid of all of that stuff and get re-brainwashed into the real world. That might be an easy thing to do, believe it or not, because there are a lot of people who want to help you do that. sptvfoundation.org, sptvfoundation.com. They will help you get back into the real world where you belong, instead of a pile of bones doing robotic steps to get farther into a cult that doesn't care about you. Welcome to the real world, freaks.
You know what I love?
What?
The cult post is still up there.
It is?
Yep.
Oh my God, my Post-it's still up there. One of my practice Post-its, which I can put back up, start putting back up again. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh, see, and the fire marshal's gonna go sick himself on people. I went to Chinatown, oh well. And I do understand that with my persona, it's easy to think that I don't know things when it comes up to tech. The title says it all. I had a TRS-80 when I was in 6th grade. They were the forefront before cursors to any kind of personal computer. I got busted when I was 15 for spending $200 on CompuServe, I think it was. Any other tech heads know this? I was on IRC when there were only 10 channels. There used to be a running joke about 400 of my closest friends when we all found LiveJournal. There are tons of tech heads in the older goth world. That's where they found their friends when they came up to Silicon Valley to become major nerds and tech heads and, you know, basically program and design the life you have now. I personally know 3 people who have designed your life now. You know who they are. He's agreeing with me. So it's like, no, I know a load about tech. And luckily enough, I don't have my 400 people, 400 of my closest friends is what I used to say, because when MySpace came out, it exploded. Oh my God. I had at least 500 or 600 people on it that were my quote unquote friends. So yeah, I know a crap load about tech. I'm just, ooh, Sammy time. Gotta get that Sammy time. Can you see the Sammy? He is so cute. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Yes. It's polar bear tech. I want a Sammy, but they won't put up with a 3-story townhouse. So, unfortunately. So yes, we will be listening to the Sammy serenade us. Oh, and I did, see? But yeah, I am not Dora I'm sorry. I am Damien. I want to take over the world, but I can't. And I actually hated YouTube before I started using it only about 2 years ago. When did I start using YouTube? About 2 years ago? Because of the
channel was first set up?
no, when the sewing chicks were on. That's who I found. That was about 2 years ago. But I hated YouTube before that. Hi Sandra, OT420. Did I miss anybody else? Now I can do this and you're not going to know, or are you going to know? Oh, 727-266-5797. SBTVFoundation.com. Call the number, go online, go to your library, go do it anonymously. If you go into a browser, when you're done, hit settings, history, clear. Then they won't even know you were there. Yeah, we do all. And yes, I got the chat off the screen. And yeah, we do it. We do it all. And probably when I'm 80, people are still gonna think I'm frickin' Dora, because it was a very good persona to hide behind. The one time I tried to be quote unquote myself, I sat on the phone with a unlivened professional because I was going to take care of it. I was 16. So yet another thing Scientology can find out, which they wouldn't have found out anyway. So it could be why they don't mess with me either, because it doesn't bother me. I know the ins and outs. I've been doing protesting forever. The one with the kid with me last week, they realized when I said, fine, you call the cops, I'll call PTS. Or not PTS. Child Services. CPS. Yeah, I'll call CPS. You guys can call the cops, I'll call CPS. So they didn't even bother with me after that one. That was on the porch, because I was sitting here and they were trying to give me crap. And I'm like, nope, have a nice day. So, no, I'm not intrinsically afraid of them, because there's nothing that they can do to me that I can't do to myself. So, and yes, I'm used to all these noises. That's why if they bother you guys, sorry. It's like, always been in some kind of business thing, one or the other, and I just realized that noise has got to be annoying. So, come here for a second. I'm going to get him to admit it online. You had just as much of a rescue problem that everybody has with me. That you could take care of me and make me better. Say yes.
Yes, it's true.
See? So, I've been straightforward with him because he's had to put up with the attitudes of F you all, I'm hiding in my room. Or F you all, I'm hiding on my love seat. Or F you all, that's my cat. So, yes, no, we've talked about this before because of just the way our world is. Because he's the replacement for the first love of my life who died from AIDS in the 90s. Long story. But he's the one who helped me get over him, and he's the second love of my life, and that's why I've been with him for 22 years. I'm very aware of all this crap. That's the problem. I'm very aware of myself. Oh, and Ash? No. Ashley, if you need help, you tell me. We can meet at one of the cafes and I can help you with computer stuff. I don't know why things got weird again. So, because, someone needs to help you if you need help. There. So yeah, I'm being me. Time is 13 minutes if you wanted to hear that back. Hear what back? Ooh, I wonder what I said. And we do laugh at The Omen like crazy, the movie. And especially the monkey time when the monkeys are all over the station wagon. Because for some reason, we're goths and we think horror is funny. But I can't remember how we even started laughing about the monkeys. I think I laughed once because we used to watch it to go to sleep. And then I realized he'd wake me up. So then he started messing with me and monkeys. We've got to get monkeys now and put their paws together and put them on things. What Papa Cat said. Oh, what'd you say at 13 minutes?
I don't know.
You can get out. People can help you get out. I'm not on your property, neener, neener. I'm not blocking your way. I'm just telling you that you can leave Scientology if you want, because I've heard through the squirrel grapevine that being in the org and working there is one of the most brow-beaten way to work there and to make yourself feel like nothing. And then I saw something else this morning about someone who took an acting class and wound up in Scientology by accident. So, I mean, if you guys wound up in Scientology by accident, leave. Leave. You can leave. You can leave anytime you want. The cult will not fall apart. You will not get pneumonia and die. It's impossible nowadays to get pneumonia and die. And I would know. My mother had it 14 times. So, if you don't want to do that, you want to do something else, come out and do something else. During the week, I have my car. I'm sure you know what my car looks like. You can hide behind it, and I will take you home after a couple of questions, and I will help you get back on the real road to freedom. I'm making myself laugh. They took the coffee off. Fluffer, stop that. Everybody, and you should know, I was about to say, I probably triggered you on this one. You know that everybody wants to fix your freaking house and they can't. So stop that. I love you. So, see, you're even messing us up out here, you freaks. Oh, I said that one out loud. So yes, and oh, let me get this over with. You said you wanted to take.
Oh yeah.
He wants everybody to see this. So, and you wonder why people think I'm naive and innocent at 57. Oh, you've got to get these. You've got to get the Eiffel Towers. I have them by accident, and it's what I love to tease the little one about, that Paris was a bad opening. So, and my sister's Parisian, so even though if she heard me say that, she'd probably kick my butt. Okay, give me that back. See, now he wants to play.
I know. Where's my gimbal?
You get your own gimbal. Thank you, Vegas. And that's the thing. Everybody thinks I'm so nice and naive and stuff like that. And then they get mad at me when they find out I'm not. And that's the thing. That's one of the things I've never understood. Why people get mad at me because I'm not presenting my real self. Well, this is my real self. This has been my real self since I first started getting SA'd. So I was about 6 when I first started doing this. And it was funny to see adults mad at me because I would do this. They would say, don't act like that. And I'd be like, don't act like what? These are the things that get reminded when I start remembering things. Wow, that sentence made no sense. Anyway, that one was funny to me. Oh my God. Hello, David John Rivington McDonough. I think I said that right. I can see you now because I've taken the chat off the screen and I now use it on my other phone because I modded over. So anyway, the tech. See, I'm all over the place. I am scatterbrained, but I'm not, naive and goofy. Like, watch The Gilded Age, watch Cynthia Nixon's character. You'll see her evolve. But I remind myself of her so much, her character. But tech, yes. Unfortunately, I've been in tech since probably before I was born. My uncle worked at a very famous company and brought home the first personal computer when I was about 8 or 9, and it filled up his whole dining room wall. Yes, that was literally the first home computer that he was beta testing. Do you want to know what your credit score is? Do you want to know what you really owe in real life? Do you get any kind of notifications through the mail? And if you don't, but your credit is screwed up, that means that they're holding your mail, and that's a federal offense. So you might want to get a hold of LA or Florida, because probably where your address is based on, and get those interesting letters from the credit people so you can get your credit history restored. And you can do that by getting a hold of them the people who are sending you these notices, because sometimes it could be banks, sometimes it could be credit card companies, and sometimes it can be collection agencies. And once you start getting it fixed, other banks and credit agency or credit card agencies will actually try to get a hold of you so you can do a deposit credit card, which is a credit card that's like an ATM card. The money you have in there is the money you can use, but it's treated like a credit card. So that way you can get your life on track again, because you're probably stuck in there because your credit is crap and you can't do anything. So these are one of the things you want to do to help get your credit back to normal so you can leave here without having to worry about that. That, and you go to a job placement agency, show them the skills you have, because you have all of these organization skills that you get from being in there, and they won't care what your education is, because as long as you speak well, and you probably speak very well because you had to speak Scientology and make those phone calls on the market, telemarketing, and then you can go to a placement agency and they'll place you. And then if the company that wants you really likes you, they will pay off the credit agency, and they'll probably give you a bonus if you go and work for them. Doesn't matter if you have an education or not. I haven't graduated from high school, and I had 2 vice presidents the last part of my office working days. So think about it, you freaks. He just laughs at me because he likes who is it? Who's the one who also likes my freaks? Xenofree. Yeah, Xenofree likes my freaks too.
Yeah, and your giggles.
Yes. And I always want to think the freaks come out at night. It's a bad song from the 70s. Yeah, it's part of living in East Oakland, because you hear everything. There's probably Spanish-speaking songs I know from back then. Oh, yeah, and I did see Santana a whole crap load of times, because he used to play every single festival in the Mission District. So the first time somebody said they were going to see Santana and they had to pay for it, I sort of laughed, because it was like, I haven't paid for him ever. He's a really nice guy. He works in... Didn't have any clue that he was that famous. Knew he did Woodstock. And he did Monterey Pop.
You would remember that better.
Yeah, I think he did Monterey Pop too. But so yeah, he was very super famous, but very loyal to his people. So he was around all the time. So that could be one of the reasons I don't think famous people are a huge deal. I do get starstruck. I did that with Rutger Hauer when he signed a friend of mine's shoulder at Rocky Horror one night. I couldn't speak. I just sat there and looked at the beautiful man. It was 1984. So it was like, he looked like Blade Runner. Yeah, I guess this is what they're going to be like again. This is what I used to do in the beginning. And then I got F-Sciento focused. Oh, and they turned it around. Hey, Osa, you turned it around. So I guess you're only using the real religious services in session, so I can go, the real CPS will come and get you if the kids come out. So, this is a man with a lot of burdens. I used to have those burdens. And then I started making, and then I got a craft room for him. I am laughing too much today. You had a Commodore, though, you know. See, and you probably know a lot more tech than you think, right? Yeah, I got in trouble for the $200 bill in 1983 or 84. Because when we were doing, but I want to say it was CompuServe. When we did it, they used to charge by the hour, and a friend of mine were like totally having a good old time because we're the only 2 people who had these computers. And then I actually didn't get in trouble for it because I didn't know, but I only had that one chance. And my friend actually, I offered to pay for it because he has more money than God. This is why it bugged me when my high school got shot up, because that's the high school in Oakland that everybody who got kicked out of the private schools would go to a public school. So Skyline was the weirdest conglomeration of ultra rich, welfare, everything in between, because you got in from out of district the way I did. So one of my closest friends was major super nerd. He tried to sacrifice my boyfriend in the grove out front, or that's what he told me, but he had a crush on me, so He did. You know that. I told you that. And he had 6 cars when he turned 16. So my dad wasn't amused that he wanted to pay the bill, so he didn't. But him and I were friends for a very long time. He's my friend who had the 5 FUDs, PhDs, because he didn't know what to do but go back to school. So, I'm on fire. Oh, put me out. Put me out. I know, when I'm not lazy, I keep calling myself lazy, but it is the brain fog, because Friday night we were supposed to watch Fluffer, and I completely forgot, and it wasn't something that I forgot on purpose. So the brain fog does change my, focus a lot. That's why I got to see her at the end, basically, about 1 o'clock or something, because he reminded me. So I'm trying to fix it. The toxin things. Also found out I was really, really diabetic, and my doctor's really, really upset about that. But I think I took my test at a wrong time, because you were gone that weekend, and that was Monday. So God knows what I was doing in my body. So I get to talk to her soon, because she's freaked out. I had her for a long time. I call her Dr. Kitty because she likes Hello Kitty, and I have my tattoo. Talk about mumbling for nothing. So more creepy door. I know face. Yes, we have gone to creepy door land. I wouldn't be surprised if this building's on a ghost tour somewhere, because it's old enough. It's 1910, I think, because it was after the earthquake. So I'm sure there are ghosts floating around on the 3rd floor. Doesn't Scientology sort of believe in the supernatural? I mean, hell, if you've got Zeno, who's the evil overlord, nobody's allowed to talk about him until they have to, and then they get really upset that you're listening to an alien cartoon guy. Yes, Papa's right. We do love the Fluffers art class with Tilta.
The last one was Tilty Bird.
Tilty Bird. No, her and Tilty Bird do that. Yeah. No, that's a fun art class. And I was bummed that I started watching it after I went upstairs to get ready for bed. Yes, see, it's like, Fluffer, you've always been the super nice one in the world, and that's a good thing. Oh my God, Fuzz, were you Fuzz on before? Hello, Fuzz. How are you doing, Fuzz? You got a replay, because I had the volcano and the squirrel and the moose and the boys all in the back of the car, and I found another moose for you on Friday. It was at a grocery store, believe it or not. In the card section there was a moose, so there's a little moose now I've got, and it's the fun part about the moose and the squirrels is that even if I get drummed out of Scientology protesters, okay, I'm not surprised. Check in to see if you're subscribed to me. It used to throw me out at Natalie's literally every day. But yeah, no, the moose and squirrels are mascots and have been forever. So I can wistfully talk about. That's funny. No, ghosts can't use the stairs. I wonder if there's an elevator. Was Transamerica. So there might be an old, metal elevator in there. There are a few. Well, they've probably been put back when the Victorians were being turned, or the Edwardians were being turned into flats. Most of the Edwardians had elevators because they were very rich people who owned those buildings. What usually happens is that the grandchild usually gets the house and they sell it. Western Addition had the Gilded Age again. Had that version of Brooklyn, and so did North Oakland. They had rich black people that owned very nice houses, but eventually they get divided up into flats. So that was one of the biggest problems with the Western Addition. They were one of the last big house black neighborhoods around here in the Bay Area, and people were tearing them down, which was so bizarre. There is one that I don't even know if they'll live there anymore. It's at least 15 years ago, where they tore down the building, redid the building into some blocky, I want to say Craftsman era house, and everybody would make fun of it because they also tore down a very nice, now was divided into flats, but was a mansion for the black affluent neighborhood. That's the Western Addition, which they don't even call that anymore. They call it, oh my God, what do they call the Western Addition now? Nopa. North of the Panhandle. I think that's what they call it now. So they even tried to rename in Oakland, they tried to rename the place I grew up because it was Allendale, and they were trying to turn it into Laurel, which was a nicer area. But I grew up military middle class is the easiest way to describe it. So back then, everybody owned their own house because houses didn't cost $1 million, and they're most of the time, it was getting that transition where you got from dads working to mom and dads working, and we became latchkey kids because they wanted to keep their house. So it was a completely different world. Oh, you're so cute. I read that. He's making that face. He makes this face when I tell him he's really cute, that he's 900 subs. Yeah, it's like, with the whole, I'm the other protester crap floating around. I'm like, okay, so I'm never going to make money off of this. So that takes the car fees. But I said to him, and I'll say to you guys, it gets me out of the house, and that's what he cares about. So since I'm not working at clubs right now a lot because everybody has their own, and the club scene is closed down a lot for the goth people, I have one person who will use me, but she hasn't found anything lately. She wants to do the other side of the bay, so I'm not doing the front door right now. So it was like I wasn't really getting out of the house or doing anything, so he likes to get me out of the house, and this gets me out of the house, so he's very excited about it. I don't make Harvard from it. I don't. Oh well. As I said before, I'm not that important. So let's see. Let's walk around again. Now that my gimbal, I think I have to run the program, the DTI program for the gimbal. So like I said, I was blaming Aaron because we all have this gimbal, and it's like, no, it was my fault. I wasn't running something correctly, so it was overheating, and then my phone would overheat, and that's why the gimbal was falling apart. I actually used E6500, I think it's called, on the back of my phone to make sure it wouldn't slip, because the glue was getting warm and it would slip. But now my gimbal is not hot, my phone is not hot. I just can't figure out how to put my phone straight because it is slightly crooked. And I hope it's not because I put the magnetic piece in the wrong place. So you should just go crooked brain fog. So let's see. Yesterday was mostly structural engineering. I've got to show the boob camera at least once. I'll go back to it right now. Get out of the way. Oh, is that what that means? Well, it's a green truck. See, we know way too much about buses too, because working at clubs we get band buses. So Papa Cat said the generators must go. And it's like, that's just regular top for us. Okay, up there, you can see it. Can you see it? Look. Is the boob camera. And I wanna, it's slightly different. It was directly up and down. Now it's not. So they must have heard, well, of course they heard me, but they've adjusted it slightly. It's still a little illegal because it's still looking down my blouse, but it's not looking straight down my blouse anymore. That's why I wanted to get about the boob tech, the boobageddon I call it, was that she got in trouble for that, but they have cameras that go down my shirt. So that was the thing that was making me go, oh, let's see. Yes, I'm a hypocrite because I'm responding to comments. They're hypocrites because they're doing things like putting cameras down. You can't put a camera down somebody's shirt or up somebody's skirt, period. So there's no way around that one. Oh wow, and they are, I don't know what the hell they're doing, and I'm going to do it from here so they won't have the music on. I definitely have to get into the handicap thing because that guy is supposed to have his enamel on him and you can barely see him. If you know what that button's for, then you would know, but otherwise you can't. Remember, they don't like handicaps of any kind. So This is also why I think it's funny, because I have mental handicaps and I sit here and bug them all the time. So we can talk about credit again if you want, or we could talk about something else, maybe not getting pneumonia. Pneumonia is easily fixed right now because you wouldn't have it when you left, you'd have it when you came out. So if you came out and realized you had pneumonia, you could go to the hospital and get it fixed. It's that easy nowadays. So you don't even have to go to therapy when you come out. There are a lot of ex-Scientologists who have not gone to therapy. It'll take a while to believe that actually therapy can help you, which I know that LRH didn't like because, you know, he got rejected by the therapy world and he got mad and stomped his foot up and down. He's worse than me. I'm just a grumpy little ego freak. He just wanted the world, and he got mad that nobody was giving it to me. So think about it, you guys. You are just following the dogma of a man who made up stories, and then you're following the alternative dogma of a man with a huge Napoleon complex. So you should actually make these decisions for yourself and move on, because belonging to a cult is not very good for your head. Oh, wow. Hey, I just noticed something. What is missing here? What happened? Okay, you guys, go try to find this. The religious service fold was turned around, and now the religious service schedule is gone. So what the heck is going on here? Please, my people, go look. Did you see that? It's gone.
Yeah. Interesting.
And the one out front, it's Sunday, so it would have it turned around to religious services in progress. It's like, what are they up to now? Now I have to sit here and think about it for the rest of the night while I play my dragon game. That's a good Fuzz Fluff. Do not take that. I love that one. That is a great advertisement. Yeah, I don't mind advertisements like this because you can get people looking into the ironwork, so it's a cheat. So do I have a favorite Sciento on the inside or favorite Richard Marx song? I don't have a favorite Sciento. The only one I know is Odo, because that's Tori. I need to go through Ash's feed again to find out the names, because she has them. Or if Ash or somebody who knows Ash sees this, to ask her to text them to me, because we do have each other's phone numbers, because I'd love to look him up and maybe, you know, since I can still cause problems here, maybe put pictures of him, because I watched somebody put the flyers up with the tape, because it's the reason I don't have signs is because it's windy. So, and a favorite Richard Marx song. No, the reason I call it Richard Marx is because it is horrible. But I had to live through the whole Richard Marx era, because my roommate, back then, who was somebody who was one of my closer friends in high school, this is the cop's daughter. We met when both of our dogs got sent to a farm one day on the bus, because we were both crying our eyes out and very disheveled. She loved the, not easy rock, but elevator rock of the 80s. Yeah, it was KYUU. So after they changed from top 40, or before they changed from top 40. So I know that whole thing, and I've actually been to a, oh God, the guy with the curly hair. Yeah, from that era. No, not Yanni. No, the crooner? Yeah. Curly, long hair, pretty boy. I can't remember his name, if anybody can remember his name, but you know who opened up for him? Some Canadian chick called Celine Dion, who didn't speak any English at the time because she was French Canadian. So yeah, I accidentally saw Celine Dion, not on purpose. Yeah, no, actually, Kenny G, they used to get very big name people to play tech holiday parties. And Kenny G actually played at a tech holiday party I went to. That was the weirdest freaking thing. But it was so cool. In a very weird way, because he really could play the clarinet. So I could appreciate his musical value. Michael Bolton. Yes, Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton and Celine Dion opened for him. I went because my roommate wanted to go and everybody else was like, hell no. And I was like, hell yeah, it'll be fun. So this is what I'm also practicing, because Eddie was talking about how I did it again. Linda, Eddie, me, Linda, him, Eddie, get it over with. That it was fading in and out, and it was because it kept focusing on the flowers. See, because this is gorgeous ironwork. And it kept going to the flowers, and I hit the focus and it would go back. And it was making him a little bit icky. And I went, oh, it's because I'm on the flowers. The flowers are exactly my height. And I actually don't need it my height anymore because I can read the wording. So I just, but of course, Pearl Snappy, our tech for the squirrels, and she's right, to put a privacy screen on, so my privacy screen bites back at me. I'm 2 away? Oh my God, that's so crazy. So, yeah. No, and the I'm not important thing was because I'm also the wife of one of the biggest DJs in the goth world. So people used to talk to me, and if I said something stupid back in the days when I drank, it got all over the place. And I would say, I'm not that important. It made him laugh. It made him really laugh. So, and he simulcasts on Monday. Anyway, try to find him. Good luck. He's giving me the face. I've always promoted him. So, but yeah, this is a lower on the ironwork, and it doesn't go back and forth. So this is what I'm going to try to do here. Do you want to talk to your family? Do you want to talk to your closest friends? Think about it. The most important people in your life are the ones that were declared, because they're the ones most likely to tell you that what you're in is not healthy for you, and that their brainwashing is not good for you because you're not allowed to be happy or emotional. You're supposed to be static and robotic. Is that really what you want for the rest of your life? Because they're also not going to help you be old either. Because when you're in your 70s, you turn into light janitorial or cafeteria workers. So they have no respect for older people. They have no respect for younger people. Nobody under the age of 18 should be in there, because it's not catechism, okay? It is brainwashing, and you should not be doing that to small children, because they need to have the experiences of being a child instead of having the experience of you guys telling them not to react to anything. Just think about that. sptvfoundation.com, sptvfoundation.org. These people can help you. We can help you get out. Like I said, you can always come out to my car. You can come out to me even. Just answer the right questions, and I can take you home and start you on the track to a real life and not this propagandist lifestyle. Ooh, I like that one. Propagandist lifestyle.
I like that.
I know. Too bad I won't remember it. 727-266-5797. That is the SPTV Foundation phone number. Thanks, Fluff. I'm glad you keep throwing it up there. Oh, yeah, no, he actually wanted to be a radio announcer. I don't have stage fright because I've been doing this since I was 17 years old, started Rocky Horror, and I had people worship the ground I walk on because I used to dance in a peach baby doll. Yeah, it's Scientology. Isn't it horrible? You don't want to go in there because they're going to make you pay $35 for one book, and then they'll never leave you alone.
It's free.
Personality test.
That's all I want.
That takes 2 hours. And then they
2
want
hours
you...
well spent.
Yeah, after you keep telling them, why do you keep asking me the same question? Have fun, you guys. See, even the young ones think it's funny. So yeah, no, I don't, was it Doing Trixie, if anybody knows Rocky Horror Picture Show. So I used to climb all over chairs in a peach baby doll at the age of 17. And I had people who worship the ground I walk on because I was a magenta. So I don't have stage fright. It doesn't come into me. I was brainwashed for the lack of stage fright when I was younger. He can't do it. it's a shame. That's why he's a DJ, because then he doesn't have to be noticed. And yes, he has the perfect voice. It is so funny. I used to say it was a sex talk voice. I used to. Was it? You should be on a sex channel or sex. What was it? Yeah, a 900 number, because he had that voice. My friends will agree with me. He has that voice. That's smooth. He should be in this smooth jazz. 727-266-5797. Scientologyfoundation.com. SPTV.
SPTV Foundation.
Thank you. SPTVfoundation.org. See, when I forget, this is a weird thing. When I forget I have brain fog, it comes and just stomps all over my conversation. Yes, Scientology is a scam, and it also
with dollar signs.
With dollar signs. And I've had those days when I say, "Do you get tired of just being on a money scheme that all you're doing is calling?" So, what do you guys do today? Do you pretend it's really a Sunday, you know, according to the Christian dogma, or do you just sort of get together and have coffee and donuts? And get audited and make your people pay for auditing, like you make your people pay for the books, like you make your people pay for sneezing. So, and the people that work in the org, don't you ever get tired of making all of those telemarketing phone calls? Because that's what it breaks down to. Because if somebody just leaves their name there and never buys a book and you drive them crazy, that's telemarketing. So selling your wares on the telephone or on the internet or on email. I wish I couldn't read them this easy now. Okay, bye Fluff. Have a good one. Yes, take care of yourself. Always you before anybody else. That's all that matters. So she's taking her time out because she's putting real time for it. And that's like beyond good. So thanks, sweetie. That was an SUV versus a convertible, if you heard any of that. They were just giggling at each other and pointing. I think it's the beginning of Pride.
We're definitely gonna want to stream that.
Yeah, San Francisco gets really fun during Pride Month. We're actually going to be able to do a ferry video because, yeah, I'm still here and I can see you. Look at me. Sorry. Haha. Neener. Someone was looking through the... someone was looking through the crack. I saw something and then I saw the outfit and I'm like, I don't know how they could not see me. Anyway, and Fluff, really go. Stop. Don't do that. You know what you're doing. I'm Mama Catting you. Yes, I am. I'm not an old Italian lady right now. I'm Mama Cat, which I got the name from a long time ago. Because I was famous for, like, weird-ass confessional booth. Where people would tell me everything. And not the brain fog, but I would just file it away. Somebody was looking through it again, I think. So yeah, Pride Month. We're going to take the ferry here from Alameda, because they have a direct Alameda to San Francisco. And we'll do ferry tech, and then we'll come around here. And you've worked Pride weekends before? I know I have.
I'm pretty sure,
yeah. Maybe if one of us winds up working during that month. It's always so much fun. You hope you're at the beginning of the pub crawl and not at the end. Yeah, I keep threatening to stream from Monday Night Club, but Pride Month is always, it's like Disneyland for Pride here. And now that COVID's gone, last year was mayhem. This year will probably be a little less than mayhem and more fun. So, Fluffer is awesome. Fluffer is. Go to bed. So yeah. Oh, it's actually, I can, because I'm doing my own feed, so I can see what I'm doing. And it's focusing really well. And there are people looking at the front door, so I wonder what they're doing. I've had the person look through the crack, and then someone's looking from the side, and it's not kids. So they're smart enough. Oh, that's what they want to do. They want to put their kids in the front of the building so nobody will bother them because they like playing in that area because of the TV and everything else. I wouldn't be surprised if they put a program on that TV for them. And they're checking to see if I'm here because they don't want me having to be involved the same way I was last time. I bet you that's what it is. Sorry, you can't park your kids here because nobody's watching them. And I know it's a really easy place to keep them, but since you have to keep that door open, you can't put them there anymore. Ha ha. And you should know better than to involve children in anything right now, you freaks. So yeah, I think that's what it is because both the times I was looked at by adults, not children. That was the reason I originally walked away last week, is because there were children I could see through the sheer that were playing, and I didn't want them to come out. And they did exactly what I didn't want them to do. So yeah, see, your kids can't come and play on this part of the building. I should tell them there are ghosts and they'll get them if they do. So they need to play in the middle of the building where nobody can get to them. And since somebody tried to kidnap a kid in Noe Valley, which is over the hill from here, so it happened in San Francisco, I am very paranoid. So one reason I didn't even think about not coming here today is like, no, I got a reason to be there. I don't know what the reason is, but I've got a reason to be there. And now I remember what it is. So we can walk around again because Papa Cat's walking around and I don't know why. Why are you walking around? I'm not leaving. So yeah, that's what I figure. They're, oh God, I don't want to, let's walk on this side. I don't want, there are a bunch of squirrels coming down, or rabbits, I'm sorry. There are a bunch of rabbits coming down, okay. And they may have been imbibing in North Beach. So I don't want them huddling around me going, what are you doing, lady? What are you doing? Because yes, unfortunately, we know how it gets, and I've worked at clubs way too many times to know I don't have a security guard. No offense to the Papa Cat, but a real security guard that would tell them, leave me alone. So it's nice to know you don't have your children there. Because, you know, that's bad for business. Besides the fact that you do park them somewhere anyway. And see how big that door swings open? So you need to seriously put them in a place where they can be seen by you guys. And don't put them in the basement. You need to keep them where there is light, because it's not nice to put kids in a basement. Unless they want to. But my grandmother had a basement that was on the side of a hill. Fluffer. Oh, they look scarier before. I thought they were big and tall. They're rather short. Look at them. I thought they were like, you know, Irish pub size. We used to have the biggest, like, one of the biggest amounts of, like, pubs in the United States here. So, yeah, San Francisco had everything. Everybody else get over it. Neener, neener. That made Papa Cat giggle. And everybody's got their convertible out because they think it's going to be nice all day. The fog will come in 10 seconds and they'll be freezing. Not that I don't know that. No, not at all. Okay, let's walk up the side way. And like I said, I freaked them out last week, or a couple of days ago when I came back and had my phone up. They thought I was probably reliving. I just want to do zombie noises when I said that. So, yeah, and they had to put everything back up again because they thought I was gone. So, I'm going to learn how to read all of those little, like, picture thingies, like the smiles. I know the smiles. And I know the love yous, which some people, when they go, love sheep, I'm like, yeah, I like sheep. Oh my God, look at that beautiful car. Too bad he's going to ruin it. Nothing like a convertible Impala to make your day. And, oh, actually, you know what? That's probably his dad's car. Yeah, because he didn't look for my generation. So that was probably his dad's car, and kids are way too good about ruining the cars their dads gave them or lent them, or moms gave them or lent them. So it's like, I've been seeing a lot more of the lowriders out lately, but the people who are driving them are not the age appropriate ones. So I have a feeling that grandfathers and fathers are giving away their cars, and moms are giving away their cars. So that would be annoying. If I see crashes of those beautiful cars, I'm just going to start yelling at them. Going, don't make me tell your grandmother in the afterlife. So, because yeah, Oakland, we had the first, there's a color we had first in Hayward, and then the lowrider thing was like neck and neck with LA. So, because people, it was a huge car culture. Because, you know, instead of personality checks, you guys should offer credit checks to see how much you can get out of them. That's what one of my people said, and I agree with them. So, but if you want to fix your credit, you should go online and see how much you've been taken for, because you probably don't even know you have credit cards. So, and you know, credit companies love, maybe they have a scam where they pay off the credit companies for like a year or something, and then they drive them up through the roof, which is very possible, because I don't know how you can drive what you owe up if you're not paying your credit cards. So somebody's paying your credit cards before they make your balance a lot higher. So if I was you guys, I would take a look at what's going on in your credit history, because you should probably, or you will probably have credit cards you don't know about, bank accounts you don't know about, because this is to make what you can give them higher. And if you guys look at it, you should find out if you haven't been paying them money, if they haven't been asking for money. You should go figure out why, because you guys have to pay for everything, and you know that. So, I mean, think how much auditing costs. There are things that they're charging you for that you don't know about. Probably coursework that you aren't aware of. So you might want to take a look in that, you freaks. Ooh, see the Subaru? I want a Subaru that color. I want a Subaru that gross color green so it sticks out. Yeah, the puke green one. Hey, then I can confirm that I'm Damien. I couldn't help that one, sorry. And no face. I had to use that one. I do that a lot. If somebody comes up with a good idea, I throw it on the ground and just start playing basketball with it immediately. So the heck is this about? The analogies. See, this is what I have to deal with all day long, is this. Let's see, okay. And you know what, weirdly, when I get out of this, like, energy slump, I'm actually gonna go looking up credit stuff, because I have a perfect credit score and I don't need it anymore because we bought the house. So, no, they're obnoxious. There are no obnoxious people in the city either. Because you get dinged every time you look up your credit. But I don't really need to worry about getting dinged anymore, because we used my credit for what it was supposed to be used for and we're done. So that way I can start looking up these like ideas that come up with me and everybody else about, because it's a good one. Do they even know they're being taken, credit cards are being taken out? See, I also know that if I look it up on the internet, it's going to go around. So I don't want to go through the acting of hiding everything when I'm looking at it and doing VPNs, because I stack them. I do ad blockers, I stack them. And so it's like if somebody finds me, I have to not want to care. So, but yeah, I will knock my credit score down a little to find out how, what, and where because of this. It's a lie. They don't want your personality. They want to sell you a book. I know. Go for it. I'm sorry. I wish you didn't have to go in there. You'd feel better if you didn't. Are you guys blocking one side of the door? You're not supposed to do that either. You're supposed to have both doors free swinging because they're doors. So you might want to unblock that side before the happy little fire marshal comes and checks you out, because remember, he will bug you at least every day for 6 months. They're weird. So you might want to unblock that other door while you're at it, because that is illegal. You only have 2 exits, and the 2 exits need to be free swinging. So work on it. And even if I checked and you called the cops on me, I could tell them why I was doing it, and they'd let me, because they know how weird we are in San Francisco about fire doors. Okay? The earthquake, even though it's 100 years later, the earthquake was not what killed the city. It was the fire. And everything is so close together that San Francisco takes their fires seriously. So you might want to unblock that door during business hours. Both of them are supposed to be free swinging. Remember that. I'll check it tomorrow, or maybe another day this week, and I will not get in trouble for it. Because you don't want the fire marshal here picking on you. It's not pretty. And the fire marshals are not happy people, because they have to think of safety first. So when they're thinking of safety first and you're messing up their safety protocol, they don't like you anymore. I've seen it. So unblock that door. I'll check sometime this week, so you won't know when or where. So think about it and unblock that door. I can't believe they're blocking a freaking door. Oh my God. Both the doors swing. Both the doors are supposed to be free swinging because there are only 2 exits on the ground. So you're supposed to have 2 exits, or 3 or more if you have 3 doors. It's like at least you have to have 2 exits. And since both are double doors, both of those doors are supposed to be free swinging. So the ones in the back, both of those doors should open. And I can't get in trouble for touching them, because all I have to say is that I was checking to make sure that they were free swinging. And that's it. I have worked at places where the fire marshal has had a really good time with the person who owns the building. It was like, the last time was before full cell coverage, where you could have your telephone working everywhere. So this is probably about 7-8 years ago at this point. But yeah, the owner of the building pissed off the fire marshal. The fire marshal was there all the freaking time. And you had to make sure that all of your exits were unblocked and all of your doors were unlocked. So the fire doors in theaters, if you notice, have the push bar. So even if you're like leaning against it, it will open. So it's got to be open. And since there are only 2 doors here, and it's the reason... Holy crap. What happened? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Someone dropped their bike. You want to help? Oh, they got it up. Okay. Yeah. Oh, he's helping. Okay. Okay. It's a very fancy Harley, and it's probably someone new with their Harley. So it's very heavy, and it fell down. And he fell down with it while he was standing still. So the worst he probably got was maybe his leg got bruised. Sorry, so if I'm suffering from dead air, it's because I'm making sure that this guy's okay. So... he's okay. He's probably just massively embarrassed. Okay. Yeah, it's not the door that's off the hinges. Yeah, I know. It's exactly it. And this week now they're going to get me to pick on them about their 2 damn doors all week, because until I see that other one free swinging, there's a hook and ladder. They actually have one of their antique fire trucks at a fire station that's 2 blocks away from here. So, are you looking for 702? What's the address? 701. This is 701, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Just go in the door. Don't worry about it. I'm different. So just go in. DoorDash. So,
Make sure they make it out.
I've given up trying to let them make it out. You can go in. You can go all the way in. Yeah. Go ahead. This is also one of the things that drives me crazy. There are a lot of people who do DoorDash that aren't from this country. And so they scare the hell out of them because I'm the one sitting there telling them they can go all the way in. And they're worried because it looks like you shouldn't be going all the way in. So I hate that. I wish they were at least out front. Uh-huh. Oh, I forgot. I didn't have a tip for her. It's been a while. I used to give the DoorDash people tips because they don't. And I forgot. I used to keep like $5 in my pants. It's not as weird as it sounds. Yeah. Just a little difficult, Sandy, sitting. But yeah, no, that's the only reason. See, this is the weird world I live in. I know things like this because I got to see it firsthand. So I know about the fire marshals. I know how weird they are about fire because there was also a huge building fire in Oakland some years ago that killed a lot of people. And there wasn't a way to get out. So the fire marshals get weird about that too. So, you know, it's we used to pick on the fire marshal and say he was like a horror movie because he was so wrapped up with making sure that this place had their exits cleared. But do you know, I wish I could drink as much coffee as I used to. I used to be such a coffee slut. Oh my God. And it was really fun in San Francisco in the aughts too. So, because everybody was pushing their coffee back then. It's weird. Every time I see a backpack or a tote bag, I'm like, is there an e-meter in there? And I keep forgetting that it's rabbit season, so rabbits carry their backpacks full. So because everybody warns them about our weather, that one half an hour it can be beautiful, and the next half an hour you're going to be wishing you had your long down coat on. Anyway, so don't forget to get a hold of that fire marshal if you're not going to. You know, if you want to make an excuse why you don't use both the doors, I'm sure you can put in a request for it. And no, that won't make them come and hang out with you. Remember to tip your DoorDash people. It's not nice. That poor lady, you do this to everybody. You make them scared about going in, and I'm sure you want to blame it on me, and that's crap. You just want to get them scared enough to either join your cult or not give a tip. Giving a tip is nice. And if you give a tip, maybe they'll remember you and be nice to you in the future. Freaks, I'm off. I'm leaving, and now you can open your damn doors. And keep the children away from them because I'm sure I'm not the only person who watches. There are a bunch of people across the street that probably watch to make sure that the children don't get out. If you want to keep the children from getting out, you can also close the gates here because I know they work. I've seen them closed. So if you want the children playing in the cupola, you should actually close those gates. Because I know I am not the only one who will not take a child getting out of those doors by accident. So, I'm done. I'm going home. My stomachache is almost gone. Pyramid. Oh, yes, Pyramid. Pyramid. He's the one who reminds me when I'm here, even though it's my building. Pyramid and Moose and Squirrel. Yes, free Xenu project. Go to the free Xenu project. I love everybody. In a weird way, I guess I do. Everybody have a good night. And I'll giggle tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later. Ciao, Bellas.